I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. We're going to make a start on the Grade 4 Discovering Music Theory workbook, so we're going to jump right on in. So do have a look at these first few pages, perhaps particularly the introduction page. Just have a read through the information here, and do notice at the bottom of the page these are the note names that we will have needed to cover so far, and we're going to be looking at this new note, the breve. These are the classical note names. These are the more sort of popular rock music, maybe perhaps American terms. However, these are quite useful when it comes to working out time signatures. However, we're going to just jump straight on in and turn to page 1, and we'll make a start looking at rhythm, particularly looking at this note, the breve. And so here we have a breve. It looks like a semi-breve, but with two little lines either side. And it's worth 2 semi-breves. And then that sort of makes more sense of the word semi-breve, because semi is half, and so it's half of a breve, so it kind of helps to describe semi-breve more fully now. So 2 semi-breves make a breve. It's not really used in modern music. It's not found particularly in Baroque music, classical music, more modern music. It's more of a medieval note, really. However, it is a note. It does exist, and so therefore we need to know about it. But interestingly, for the first time ever, not many years ago, I came across this work by Benjamin Britten, quite a modern composer. It's a choral piece we did. But interestingly, for the first time ever, I see he's used breves here. So the time signature, just out of interest, we can see it's 3 whole, as it were, whole notes. So if you think of your fractions, that's 3 semi-breves per bar. We have 2 semi-breves worth there, and there's 1. And then we can see it's changed the time signature, and then we have breves here as well. So it, it does exist, and so we'll look into it. It's quite interesting, really. You can see that the rest is kind of like the minim or the semi-breve rest turned sideways to fill the whole gap here. And interestingly, we use a semi-breve rest for a whole bar's rest, apart from in 4/2, because we can see 4 minim beats is exactly a breve, and so the breve rest will do the job better there. So that's one exception to the complete bar's rest rule. So by all means, do get your maths brain on and have a go looking at the relationship between the note values. And I suggest you just press pause, have a go, diagram it out, and then we'll see and check these through together. So I'm hoping you've had a little go. I may as well say from the start, I'm going to keep saying this over and over again. I know that I do repeat myself, but it's so much better to just press pause, have a go, learn by your mistakes. It's okay if you get it wrong, write in pencil, erase it out if it's wrong, and you will learn so much more thoroughly that way. It's too passive to just copy, you'll just forget it. So I'm hoping that you've had a go of this little exercise here. Let's check it through together. So we know that a breve is equal to 2 semi-breves. Half plus half makes a whole breve, as it were. So that's easily done. And therefore we can see a breve, if it's 2 semi-breves, it's 4 minims. Now, we perhaps need to just get diagramming out a little bit more here. How many quavers is a breve equal to? So I'm just going to diagram this out because it'll help for the last one as well. So we know that a semi-breve is worth 2 minims, and then if we divide again, we have 4 crotchets, and then if we divide again, it's 8 quavers, however you want to group them. So if one semi-breve is 8 quavers, we know that a breve is 2 semi-breves, so plus another 8 equals 16. So it's 16 quavers. And so how many demi-semi-quavers? So we're going to have to branch out twice more so that we know that one semi-breve is 8 quavers. So if we double again, semi-quavers, it's going to be 16 plus 16 equals 32. Just had a little brain freeze there. And then if we double up again, oh, got a bit carried away there. So here are demi-semi-quavers. And so if we double up again, that's 32 demi-semi-quavers to a semi-breve. And we know that it's worth 2 semi-breves, so that means it's going to be 64 demi-semi-quavers. So that's that one. Now exercise 2. We've just got to look at the note values and rests and just write them in order of duration, which is the shortest, progressing to the longest. So we can see a demi-semi-quaver is the shortest, and then the next one is the dotted minim. Then we have the semi-breve, the breve in fact. And so now let's have a look at these together. So again, do press pause, have a go on your own, and now let's just check these through together. So of course the shortest is the demi-semi. And so the next one is going to be the crotchet. Then the dotted semi-breve, because that's 1.5 semi-breve, whereas that's 2. So finally the breve, the longest of them all. Now we have some rests. A good bit of revision on rests actually this is. So here we have a crotchet beat rest. That's a 1 crotchet beat. So that's that. Now remember, the minim rest, the 2 crotchet beats, just sits on the middle line. I just think it sort of sits down for a couple of beats, whereas this hangs down from the 4th line, and a semi-breve rest is 4 crotchet beats and it hangs off the 4th line, so I remember it that way. So we want the minim rest next, then we want the semi-breve rest, and then it's the breve rest, which would be filling the gap between those 2 lines. Let's press on. So in this next one, of course the semi-quaver is the shortest. Then it's going to be the dotted quaver, which is a quaver and half as much again, 3/4 of a crotchet beat. And then by far that's the longest, 3 beats. We have a mixture of notes and rests again. So here we have a crotchet rest. Then we have the minim, which is worth 2 crochet beats. And then remember, a semi-breve plus a dot is 1.5 semi-breves. A breve rest is 2 semi-breves worth, so it's going to be the dotted semi-breve and then the breve rest there. I don't suppose you need to put the lines, actually, they haven't, so you don't need to. And then last one, so of course the demi-semi-quaver is the shortest. Then the semiquaver, we get longer each time we move, we lose an arm, as it were, lose a tail. So that's the semiquaver. And then we have, of course, a crotchet is shorter than a dotted minim. So we have the crotchet, then we have the dotted minim, and we've made a start on the Grade 4 Discovering Music Theory, and that's the first page completed. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.